Okay. We're currently calling the case of State of Georgia versus Bobby Harold Allen. He's charged in warrant number 2022 WA 01079 with violation of Georgia Controlled Substance Act. He's charged in warrant number 2022 WA 01080 with displaying an improper tag. Ms. Blunt is here on behalf of the state, and Ms. Pleasant is here on behalf of the defense. Ms. Blunt, would you swear your witness in and proceed, please?
Thank you, Judge. Could you raise your right hand for me? Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you'll give here today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
I do.
Thank you so much. Could you state your name, please? Spelling the last record. Oh, it's already on the screen. No need to spell it.
I'm sorry, say that again.
Could you state your name, please?
Yes, ma'am. Robert Wilson,
Where are you employed, Mr. Wilson?
Lake City Police Department,
What's your job title?
patrol officer
How long have you been with Lake City Police Department?
since September 27th, 2021.
Were you on duty on January 1st of 2022?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you come into contact with Mr. Bobby Allen?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you see Mr. Allen on the screen today? Could you identify him by article of clothing?
I do not see him on the screen. Oh, there we go. Yes, ma'am. He's wearing an orange jumpsuit.
Thank you so much. How did you come into contact with Mr. Allen?
While I was on patrol, I got noticed that his vehicle had an obstructed tag. So
How did
I
you get that notice?
I'm sorry?
How did you get that notice?
When he drove past me.
Okay, so you saw the obstructed tag?
Yes, ma'am.
And when you say obstructed tag, what do you mean by that?
The step bar on the bed of his vehicle was covering up part of the plate.
Where did you see the obstructed tag? What road were you guys on?
Reynolds.
Is that located in Clayton County?
Yes, ma'am.
Once you saw the obstructed tag, what did you do next?
I conducted a traffic stop.
When you made that traffic stop, who did you come into contact with?
The driver, who identified himself as Mr. Allen.
And what did you do once you made contact with Mr. Allen?
I advised him the reason for the stop, and I returned to the car to run his license.
What was returned once you ran his license?
Dispatch advised that he was wanted out of Spalding County.
Did it say what he was wanted for?
If it did, I don't recollect.
No problem. Once you found out that he had a warrant in Spalding County, what did you do?
I returned to the vehicle, advised Mr. Allen that he was wanted out of Spalding County, and placed him in custody.
At any point, did you search Mr. Allen's vehicle?
I did.
Why did you search Mr. Allen's vehicle?
Yeah, because he gave me consent.
How did he give you that consent?
I asked him if there was anything I needed to be worried about, and he said nope. And I asked him if I could look. He said, yeah, go ahead.
Once you searched the vehicle, what did you find?
There was a small amount of white crystallite substance between the bench seat.
And did you do any field tests on that substance?
No, ma'am.
How did you determine which drug the substance was?
Just by appearance, and we'll let it go to GBI for testing.
Were there any other passengers inside of the vehicle?
Yes, ma'am.
And did anyone claim ownership of the drugs?
No, ma'am.
From your training as a police officer with Lake City Police Department, have you had the opportunity to investigate prior methamphetamine cases?
Not with Lake City Police Department, no, ma'am.
With any other police department?
No, I've spent the past 10 years as an investigator for Spalding County Correctional Institution, and that's one of my titles was the drug ID.
Okay, so through your job with that department, you were able to determine that the drug that you found was methamphetamine?
Yes, it appeared to be. I always wait for GBI to confirm, but yes, ma'am.
Where was the methamphetamine located?
between the bench seat, approximately halfway, almost directly in the middle of the bench seat.
When you say bench seat, what do you mean?
I'm in older model pickup trucks. This bench seat folds in half, and it was between where you would fold the seat from the bottom and the top.
On which side of the vehicle, the passenger side or the driver's side?
Like I said, it was almost directly in the middle.
Okay. Who is the truck registered to?
I'm not sure. I think Mr. Allen.
Thank you so much. No further questions at this time.
Ms. Pleasant,
Thank you. Officer Wilson,
Yes, ma'am.
were you wearing a body worn camera on January 1st?
I was.
And how many people in total were in the vehicle?
3.
Were they all on the bench seat?
Yes, ma'am.
And of the 3 people, did anyone in the vehicle claim ownership of the drugs?
No, ma'am.
And did you speak to Mr. Allen with regards to the drugs?
Yes, ma'am.
And what statements, if any, did he make?
I believe he just said they wasn't his.
Did anyone else make any statements about the drugs in the vehicle?
All 3 occupants said that they didn't have any knowledge of the drugs.
All right, thank you. That's all I have.
okay, any other witnesses?
None from the state, Judge.
Ms. Pleasant, do you have any witnesses?
I do not, Your Honor.
Let me say, just to be formal, does the state rest, Ms.
State
Blunt?
rest, Judge.
Okay. And Ms. Pleasant, you don't have any other witnesses?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Is there argument from either side?
Just closing, Judge.
Okay,
None from the defense.
okay. So, Ms. Blunt, you said just closing, but there's no argument from the state. Is there anything that you would like to bring to my attention?
There's no argument from the defense, Your Honor.
Oh,
Defense is
sorry.
submitting.
yes.
I know you're used to me being state, so I just want to make sure the record was correct. There's no
I'm
argument
sorry.
from the defense. You're fine.
I'm sorry, Ms. Blunt.
If there's
Is
no
there any-
argument from the defense, none from the state either, Judge.
Okay. I'm going to find that there is sufficient evidence to bind it over from a standpoint of this is Mr. Allen's vehicle. But it appears to me that there's going to be some issues in this case as it moves forward. So this is going to be bound over to the Superior Court of Clayton County. Okay, is there anything else that we need to address on this case?
Nothing from the state, Judge.
Okay. All right, Mr. Allen, sir, you're free to go back. This case is going to be bound over to the Superior Court of Clayton County
Can I
for
put that Wilson
adjudication.
be excused, Judge?
Yes, Officer Wilson can be excused. Thank you, sir, for your patience.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, do we have anything? What's the next case? Sorry, I'm flipping through my calendar to see if there's another case that was set for hearing.
Judge, what's the status on Cynthia Equilibrium? Is she still on loan?
Miss Pleasant was going to look into that.
Oh, no, she wasn't. No, she wasn't. I was. Give me a minute.
Um, my understanding was that she was on loan.
Let me call classification, see how long she's gonna be on loan for. I'll get
Okay.
it.
Okay. Okay, Miss Pleasant, Miss Herring, Mr. Rogers, and Miss Davis. I only see one other case that was a possible hearing, but it looks like that was fast track. And that was Mr. Mayfield.
Yes, sir, my business is complete. As far as I know, yeah. As far as cases, I was here.
Okay, who's representing Mr. Mayfield?
Any Pleasant, Judge, and I announced that's a fast track.
Okay. So let me go through. The wishing well. Ms. Pleasant, do you have any other cases that you believe should be called for hearings today?
No, Your Honor, I am finished with the calendar, just waiting for Miss Mary to come back on how long Cynthia will be on loan.
Oh, you want to take us off of YouTube, Judge?
Yes.